Music.
Hey,
121.
you know them. You know them.
Conscience my name.
We not frightened for nobody, but we respect everybody, and we better than everybody. So me we run where anybody. No boy no better than we. No boy no better than we. Step on me can and say, run no for dance and fancy.
On a bag of long talking.
Something, do something, do something, do something, do something, and a bag of long talking. No.
And I used to get in trouble because my family used to think that I used to copy. And they just say, no copying, you've got to draw freehand, learn how to draw freehand. I said, but these are my original drawings here.
Alright, so.
You know. So art is always something that I've done from a child. I've enjoyed, and I guess through drawing a lot and all of that sort of stuff, I built up skills.
Okay.
I built up these skills like that. And I didn't intend to be working full-time all the time in the arts. I kind of saw myself being more of having more of a defined role in the arts rather than sort of doing different projects and being involved in different things. Art is just not about creating art. There's also different sides to it, like management. There's also facilitation. There's also therapy. There's lots of different perspectives that you can come from, not just as an artist in that sense, which is a bit different.
Very good. Again, when you were in school, did you have any role model, or did anything inspire to say, hey, hang on a thing, I want to go into that profession because as a result of what I've seen on TV or seen live and all that? Did you have all of that? Did anything inspire you to say, oh, that's the direction I want to go?
Yes, I knew art was my direction. I knew art was my field, but I just didn't know what role I would have in it, if that makes any sense. And I've always admired artists. I've always been a reader. I've always enjoyed reading, watching films. My family are very creative as well, so I used to gate crash their studio rehearsals and try and get my vocals in there. I used to do all that. When they're not filming, if we're on set, I used to get behind the camera and mess about with the camera. So I've always grown up in a creative environment since I was younger. So it's like my home. I'm at home.
Yeah.
Here.
Did I read somewhere, or was it that you said to me earlier that you were a dancer at some point when you were growing up?
I love dancing. I still love dancing. And yes, I used to do a lot of cultural dance and shows. I used to direct my school. They used to have like dance productions, and I used to coordinate the dance groups there. I used to bring everybody over to my house, and I'd transform it into like a little dance studio. We had some space.
Your parents, do they encourage that? When you bring in your friends and they take over the house.
It was interesting actually. They did, yes, they did support it. They did support it because they were creative themselves, and in fact it was probably my family that would say, hey, why don't you dance into one of our tracks?
Now let's move on to Hart culture. All right, what is it like? What's the background like? How did you come up with Hart culture?
Hart culture is like my big love for me at the moment. I'm very passionate about it, and I'm very privileged, to be honest, to be on a project like Hart culture. It came around through a group of volunteers. As soon as I left school, because again I was very artistic. Literally, as I put my pencil down for my last exam, I was asked to come back and basically transform and regenerate the sixth form centre, so that other children afterwards can see the kind of what students were doing at the school at the time. I think it's still there actually. But I was basically commissioned as soon as I left school to paint this whole, it's like 30-foot wall. So that, you know, from there, a lot of people started to get interested in what I'm doing because, you know, we're working with volunteers, we're working with teachers, with students, with pupils that were leaving saying, are you doing any more projects, can we get on board? And so it just kind of grew organically from there because people liked the work that I was doing and they said they wanted to be part of it. How do we be part of it? So that group grew naturally, and then, so since 2004, we'd been doing murals and paintings and workshops and things like that. And then it got to a point where people wanted to see more structure in what we were doing, because people started to commission us and sort of pass our details around and say, can you regenerate this place and that place? And then we were also asked to regenerate a library as well, completely transform the library teen section. So that's when it changed into a C.I.C, which is a community interest company, because the voluntary group was based...
So, but when exactly did you start this? What year was that?
2004. We started doing the commissions for schools and...
Heart culture, thank you so much.
Always support. Let it come from your heart. That's the way it should be.
Regarded as something of the heart. Yes, one love, heart love culture.
Heart culture.
Love culture, heart culture.
Heart smart in the city. Are you heart smart?
Get off the whole long with no one. We not preach like whole long. Our brain program for you. Something, do something, yeah. Do something, do something. Do something, do something. And a bag of long talking, feet nothing. Just do something, do something. Something, do something. Something, do something. And a bag of leg tracing, feet nothing. Imagine, decent boy like me. Me no talk loud, me no trouble nobody. Boy see me peace and I try to fight. Never know see me a secret somebody. What 21 to no cuss no talk.